I guess I get 2 servings, huh, Allan the food dude, since Tim's not here?
Absolutely. You get both of them this time.
Now, I had a tooth pulled yesterday, and I was told you got to eat soft food. The only thing I see soft here is a pile of mustard.
Well, this is a conversation with somebody bemoaning the fact that, malls have kind of faded away.
Mm-hmm.
But their favorite feature of the mall was you could always go in and get a big soft pretzel.
Oh, yeah.
And they loved it with a little sea salt and some mustard. And I went, I know how to make pretzels.
Oh, yeah.
So let's make a nice little pretzel twist, give it a little bit of sea salt, give you a little bit of mustard, and let's, a little, what would we call it, fan food throwback.
So let me ask you, let's talk about a pretzel. And what is exactly a pretzel? Is it just dough that's twisted up in a pretzel?
No.
Okay.
It actually has a twist. Pretzels and bagels are actually related because they are also boiled. That's the interesting part. A pretzel is a yeast bread. So you got to make it. It's got to rise. You got to manipulate it. It's got to rise, and then you shape it. And once it's shaped, whether you're making pretzel twist or you're making a classic pretzel, it's got to be boiled for about 30 seconds in baking soda water.
Oh.
And that's what gives it that I'm not just a piece of bread flavor.
It's like, how dare you call me bread?
Yeah, that's kind of like, no, this is what makes me a pretzel. And then the finish you put on it decides whether or not it's a soft pretzel or a hard pretzel.
And the thing about pretzels is it's really what's put on it. It's not actually the pretzel itself, isn't it? I mean, it's whether you put chocolate, you dip some sort of cream, mustard in this case.
Yeah, that's basically it. A pretzel is a lightly flavored, slightly salted bread that is a conveyor. What do you want? Now, some people just like the bread. Some people like the salt. Other people are... the first time I had, and oh my gosh, this is a million years ago, the first time I had a soft pretzel with a little bit of mustard, you're just kind of like, it's just bread and mustard, and it's not.
Yeah.
And then you find yourself eating 4 more of them before you get out of the mall.
Right.
It's just deceptively, it's kind of like, we appeal to those taste buds. So, if you like dipping in chocolate or whatever, soft pretzel's a great idea to do. And they're not terribly hard to make. It's just, honestly, plain old just bread. But you got to let it rise.
What's the trick of if you want a soft pretzel versus something that's more dense?
All right, for me is that when the bread is rising, it, does need to be a little warm when the dough's rising, but you need to cover it with a damp cloth over the top of the bowl so it doesn't get that dry, crusty start. And that keeps it nice and soft. And a lot depends on when you bake it, because if you give it an egg wash, if you brush a little egg across the top of it, that turns into that hard crust. So, don't put egg on it. Keep it nice and moist. Take it out of the oven before you've
and our
decided to make it a cracker.
Our dip of choice here is just good old-fashioned yellow mustard.
Just plain old, out of the jar, yellow mustard.
Good. Very simple.
Easy, quick.
Very simple. And,
tasty.
Where can they find this? If somebody has never done a pretzel and they want to create their own artwork.
Right.
Because really, a pretzels can be your own artwork.
Oh, you can make a pretzel in any shape you want.
Yeah.
You can make origami animals if you want to. They can pop over to thecookingshowtoday.com and follow along with our little kitchen shenanigans.
There it is, thecookingtodayshow.com. Allan the Food Dude.